Welcome to Top 10 Archive. The internet is a breeding ground for creativity, and amongst the pool of that user-created content are little stories of horror known as CreepyPastas. Written as if real scenarios, CreepyPastas cover a variety of topics, video gaming included. We've scoured the internet, pulling 10 of the best video game creepypastas for your listening pleasure. So dim the lights, lock the doors, and get ready for some tales that will make sleeping tonight a little difficult. Number 10. The Elder Scrolls Morrowind JBK Mod. When a video game becomes an obsession, the lines between reality and the game are easily blurred. That's one of the underlying messages to the JVK mod creepypasta for the Elder Scrolls Morrowind. The original storyteller tells of a mod for Morrowind that completely changes the game, killing off all main quest NPCs and introducing a dark figure known as the Assassin that deals constant damage to the playable character. The obsession comes at the hands of the poster's friend, who is determined to crack the mod's celestial code to open a mysterious door in the ominous portrait room, following the eerie advice of several NPCs to watch the sky. Eventually, after countless hours of unsuccessfully trying to get through the portrait door, the friend loses grip on reality and severs contact with the storyteller. The last thing he describes is the spindly assassin visiting him in his dreams and spewing off real-life facts about him. It's not the first time a story has portrayed this sort of break in sanity, but the level of detail that went into making this sound like a true tale is commendable. Number 9. The Sims Sonny the Clown. Though this creepypasta is a little amateurish in style, it's the substance that makes the grade. Electronic Arts' The Sims is a family-friendly game that admittedly does have some rather quirky moments, but none so quirky and creepy as this dark tale. Sonny the Tragic Clown is a real Sims character that visits Sims when they are depressed and own the Tragic Clown painting. In this creepypasta, the poster decides to put a twisted end to Sonny by setting him and everyone else in the house on fire. What follows is a story of revenge from beyond, with Sonny terrorizing the poor kid with unsettling imagery and loud, sudden bursts of music. The story works as a cool ghost story, especially with the climactic bleeding of the game world into the real world. Maybe not the most unique element to the story, but the way it's handled is fun. Number 8. Super Mario 128. Mario 128 initially appeared as a tech demo for the GameCube, showcasing the power of the system before disappearing into oblivion. The game resurfaced once again in the form of a creepypasta where a user claims to have played an early build of what was meant to be a more mature Super Mario game. According to the recount, the game was graphically impressive, featuring realistic textures that didn't fit the usual Mario universe. After approaching a toad that berated Mario for not allowing Bowser to just kill him, Mario falls from a sky level down to a modern city where he would eventually meet his demise via decapitation by a terrifying render of Bowser. The creepypasta is relatively short in content, and even if you don't enjoy it, it will leave you wondering what a mature Super Mario game would be like. Number 7. Sonic Adventure 2 Maria's Revenge. What happens when someone so desperately seeks revenge that they overtake your game of Sonic Adventure 2? Creepypasta wiki user Fictitious Animation apparently found himself in such a scenario when Maria Robotnik, granddaughter to Gerald Robotnik and friend of Shadow the Hedgehog, started showing up in eerie segments. Fictitious Animation states that Maria would appear as a transparent sprite in a variety of stages of undress, leading readers to assume her experience in the Ark space colony was a traumatic one. Though Maria and Gerald was portrayed as having a good relationship, the creepypasta paints a different picture as Maria pleads for Shadow to kill her grandfather. The popularity behind this creepypasta likely stems from its ability to paint an entirely different picture to a story behind two people that we thought we already knew. Number 6. Polybius. In 1989, German developer Sinneschlossen introduced a limited release of a brand new arcade game named Polybius. The shoot-'em-up puzzler found its way into several suburbs in Portland, Oregon, achieving insane popularity that resulted in lines of people waiting to play it. Some believe that there was more to Polybius than what was on the surface, especially as people started to complain about experiencing flashes of horrific faces out of the corner of their eyes while playing. For those truly engulfed in Polybius, nightmares, nausea, headaches, blackouts, and even amnesia were said to occur. Legend has it that one of the machine's owners talked about men in black suits collecting data from the game, speaking nothing of what they were doing and taking none of the money inside the machine. After only a month, Polybius disappeared entirely, making a very brief comeback in 1998 when a cabinet appeared and disappeared almost instantly. Was Polybius a cover for government testing? Or is this just another effective creepypasta? Number 5. Pokemon Lavender Town Syndrome. Pokemon is an extremely popular gaming series and has likely influenced some into doing something a little out of character, but never should suicide be on that list of things. According to this popular creepypasta, shortly after the release of Pokemon Red and Green in Japan in February of 1996, there was a rash of suicides thought to be associated with the game. Children between the ages of 7 and 12 were succumbing to unexplainable tragedies, and all eyes pointed to the seemingly innocent children's video game. It was said that children became afflicted only after reaching Lavender Town in the game, and those that didn't commit suicide complained of migraines, sleep apnea, insomnia, and nosebleeds. Lavender Town's theme music was said to include high frequencies that only young teens and children could hear. The theme had been fixed shortly after to include lower frequencies, thus putting an end to the mysterious Pokemon-induced string of suicides. Number 4. Mario Hack. Sometimes creepypastas are a bit more elaborate than just someone retelling a story. In the case of a mysterious Super Mario World ROM hack originally found at smwcentral.net, the pasta was something that could be played and experienced. In the odd take on Super Mario World, the tables have turned, and Mushroom Kingdom's hero, Mario, is actually some sort of antagonist in the game, later events hinting that he may be responsible for a gory murder. The hack is elaborate, changing level names, color palettes, and dialogue boxes to create this world where Mario simply is not welcomed. The hack ends with what is thought to be a representation of Mario's death and, quite possibly, his existence in hell. If not viewed properly, the hack can come off as sloppy and unfinished, but those that know what to look for will find a clever creepypasta that will not soon be forgotten. Number 3. Ben Drowned. Can a video game be haunted? In the case of The Legend of Zelda: Majora's Mask, some think it quite possible. The legendary creepypasta Ben Drowned is elaborate, lengthy, and truly unforgettable. The pasta's creator, 4chan user Alex Hall, clearly went through an in-depth creative process to create the story of his haunted Majora's Mask N64 cartridge. According to the tale, Alex received a mysterious copy of Majora's Mask from an old man that had saved a file named Ben. After some time with the game, Alex started to unravel the mystery behind Ben while playing through Ben's ominous save file. As the story unfolds, a supernatural force toys with Alex, using the Cleverbot AI chat client to engage in haunting and eerie conversations. Due to the depth and subtle realism of the story, Ben Drowned erupted into a madhouse of popularity, spawning catchphrases and plenty of fan art, making it one of the most successful video game pastas out there. Number 2. Herobrine. A game so simple in nature like Minecraft has bred a world of possibilities, from adventure books to internet sensations. Amongst the creations stemmed from Minecraft's popularity was Herobrine, a creepypasta that was initially met with widespread belief that it actually existed. Herobrine is said to be a character in Minecraft controlled by something far more intelligent than the game's AI. His blank white eyes haunt those that come across him, though his presence in-game is typically benevolent as he builds impressive structures like pyramids. The creepypasta picked up steam when Brocraft streamer Copeland inserted Herobrine into a streaming session via a retextured painting. Speculation that the white-eyed character was a ghost, specifically the ghost of Notch's brother, became popular as more and more gamers claimed to have witnessed Herobrine in their game. Though Notch was impressed as to the creativity behind Herobrine's existence, he was also quick to deny the existence of both Herobrine and a deceased brother. Number 1. NES Godzilla. How can something as innocent as a Nintendo game based on the King of the Monsters breed such a complex creepypasta as this one? There are 8 chapters to this story, spanning across one playthrough of the NES's Godzilla Monster of Monsters. Author Kosmidov drew up an elaborate game plan that included designing new sprites, some from later Godzilla movies and others from his own twisted mind, and fleshing out a coherent horror story. To avoid succumbing to the repetition that marred the Godzilla game, Kosmidov created his own environments that featured their own hidden stories, such as a frozen wasteland where literally nothing, not even the enemies, have survived. Surprisingly, despite its length, the creepypasta continues to keep readers' attention as each section introduces a new clue to the big mystery of what the F is happening and what exactly is behind the disturbing creature known only as Red.